Thank you, Chairman. Again, thank you for calling the hearing. You know, this is one of those unusual things, and Mr. Cummings was talking about being back in his district and walking the streets last week. And I got to tell you, the same thing happened to me in Northwest Pennsylvania. But I wonder if we could, we had a slide showing the, I believe, the mission statement, the visions and goals. Boy, that's a real eye chart. Let me just, let me go through this.
Perhaps the gentleman could read from it.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to read from that. I'm not that good. But let me just tell you, the mission, GSA mission is to use expertise to provide innovative solutions for our customers in support of their missions, and by so doing, foster an effective, sustainable, and transparent government for the American people. Then it goes into the vision part. And when you go down to the third bullet point, GSA vision is government that works ever better for the American people. It's fueled by two powerful sparks for change, namely sustainability and transparency. The former is a doctrine for managing resources with utmost care and an obsession with no waste. The latter is a doctrine for inviting our collective intelligence and our wisdom to work. And then it goes down to strategic goals, and it goes to what the GSA will test innovative solutions in its own operations, offer those solutions to other agencies through its government-wide contracting and policy-making authorities, which we find out they don't follow. You know, as I look through this, there's no wonder that the American people have lost faith in their government. Now, let me ask you something, Ms. Johnson. Who has, to date, there was at least 4 regional administrators placed on administrative leave. Is that correct?
Regional commissioners, I think. Did you say administrators?
Regional administrators.
No, the regional administrators were
Jeff Neely, Paul Prouty, Robin Graff, and Jim Weller.
Those are regional commissioners.
Okay. So they're on administrative leave?
Yes, they're from the Public Building Service.
Okay. So, but they're still being paid?
I believe so, but I am not there.
Mr. Neely's being paid. He's on administrative leave.
On administrative leave, my understanding is the person is
okay. Any idea what these folks make? Maybe Mr. Robertson, your Chief of Staff, you surely would know what these people make.
I'm happy to provide the exact numbers, but I believe they're all at the top of the SES scale.
Okay. So what is the top of the scale?
I believe it's close in somewhere in 170 range.
170 range. You know, Mr. Chaffetz made some good points. You know, I've got to tell you that, thank God, this time what happened in Vegas didn't stay in Vegas. The disappointment of these hardworking American taxpayers to know that the GAS, the watchdog, the people who are going to make sure, they are, listen, they have an obsession with no waste. To see this go on day after day in our government, asking people to give more of what they have, dipping into what they have to support a government that wastes more and more of their money. I don't think anybody minds paying taxes if the money's well spent. But they sure as heck resent the fact that a government that tells them they have to pay more of their fair share cannot cut back anywhere. In fact, when you folks come in and you're in charge of it, you can't even answer the questions, who did what, when did you know about it, what did you decide to do about it? Who the heck is the watchdog? And if the watchdog's being fed so well, why does it even care what goes on? And I got to tell you, it's so easy to spend somebody else's money, especially when you're not held accountable. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that the American people have to sit back and watch this. Ms. Johnson, you have a great record of public service. I read your resume. I mean, I can't tell you. This is very impressive. Well, tell me what you did in your last job before you came here.
I was at the Computer Sciences Corporation.
Well, but in December of 2008, you were on the Presidential Transition Team and then came on to the General Service Administration. Mr. Robertson, tell me what you did before you came into GSA.
Before entering GSA or before the current position that I hold?
Well, before the current position you have. Now, I'll just go through a little bit, maybe like the last 5 years or 4 years of your career.
My career?
Yeah.
Immediately prior to the position I hold now, I was the Associate Administrator for Government-Wide Policy within GSA.
Okay.
Prior to that, I was the White House Liaison inside GSA.
Okay.
Immediately prior to joining GSA, I was the Deputy Working Group Lead on the Presidential Transition Team for...
Yeah, you're Bob and Bob. Okay, let me just say one thing. For somebody in administration that talks about a clear and transparent government, a government that's more answering to the American taxpayers, I've got to tell you, I cannot, as a guy who's only been here 14 months, thank God some of us are here now. Because apparently you folks that have made a career out of spending taxpayer money have got some kind of a magic shield or you stay inside this bubble that allows you to do those things without absolutely any feeling of wrongdoing. And to watch what's going on and watch those videos of what happened, and knowing that the people that I represent in Northwest Pennsylvania work hard, some of them 2 jobs for mom, 2 jobs for dad, to make ends meet. And they watch their tax dollars being spent and wasted in this way, and it's an absolute shame to have to sit here in this meeting today and listen to that and watch as we take the 5th. Okay, fine, that's your constitution, right? Not sure, cloudy, murky, I don't know. It happened before in other administrations. All I was doing was kind of moving the ball up. It's pathetic. And I got to tell you, I can't tell you how disappointed I am. And with that, I yield back.
I think